Concerns about an ugly student confrontation prompted Texas Southern University in Houston to cancel a scheduled commencement address Saturday by U.S. Senator John Cornyn, the second-ranking Republican in the Senate. The decision at the historically black college comes amid a student petition demanding that Cornyn be blocked from speaking and urging that all graduating students and their families express their discontent if he does. By Friday, 863 people had signed the petition on change.org, an online activist petition network. The petition was sponsored by 26-year-old Rebecca Trevino, 2017 graduate in social work from San Antonio. In an interview Friday, she said she had no desire to censor Cornyn, but rather to represent the values of the school. The school's decision comes amid a growing national debate about free speech on college campuses, following increasingly frequent student protests and several high-profile cancellations, mostly directed at conservative speakers. Education Secretary Betsy DeVos was booed at a commencement address this week at Bethune-Cookman University, a black college in Daytona Beach, Florida. It also comes weeks after the University of California at Berkeley pulled the plug on a speech by conservative commentator Ann Coulter in the wake of protests led by a student group. That decision followed clashes over President Donald Trump, and the cancellation of an appearance by right-wing provocateur Milo Yiannopouloswas amid destructive student disturbances. DeVos, amid heckling, boos and gown-clad graduates turning their backs, could be seen on news footage Wednesday appealing for respectful dissent. "Let's choose to hear each other out," she said. Cornyn aides said the decision to cancel his appearance was the school's, not his. Senator Cornyn was honored to be invited to address TSU's graduates, but he respects the administration's decision and looks forward to continuing to engage with the university in the future, said the Cornyn spokesman. Texas Southern released a statement saying the decision was made for the sake of the students and their families. "Every consideration is made to ensure that our students' graduation day is a celebratory occasion and one they will remember positively for years to come. We asked Senator Cornyn to instead visit with our students again at a future date in order to keep the focus on graduates and their families." Trevino said she posted the change.org petition a week ago, after hearing about Cornyn's invitation. "This is an issue that's important to me and my classmates," she added. "We have a lot of pride in our school, and we're very protective of who comes by." In an online appeal for signatures, she said Cornyn and his political party create and support policies that cause harm to marginalized communities. She also cited Cornyn's votes to approve DeVos and Jeff Sessions as Attorney General, and his support for voter ID law. The student petition also cites his opposition to federal funding for sanctuary cities and his past support for a constitutional ban of same-sex marriage. Word spread among students on social media on Thursday night before the school's official announcement Friday, said sophomore Conrad Jones, who is studying political science. When students realized that the speech's cancellation was fact, not rumor, there was a sense of jubilation, he said. He said the petition took her off because many students saw Cornyn's speech as hypocritical since they did not see the senator as invested in TSU or any historically black university. "Cornyn really doesn't have a connection with Texas Southern University," Jones said. "I'm pretty sure if we were to shut down tomorrow, then he wouldn't put up that much of a fight to keep us open. And that's what really makes us as students really turn our backs on him." Marcus Smith, a graduating senior and the student newspaper's editor, said he wasn't surprised that the university made a change based on the concerns of student activists. Last year, a Take Back TSU campaign on social media led to safety improvements around campus. "When the students rally together and use their voice, a lot gets done and a lot can happen," he said. "I knew it was only a matter of time before it would be changed." Texas Southern, founded in 1927 as the Houston Colored Junior College, is considered one of the nation's leading historically black colleges, with nearly 10,000 students. About 3/4 of the students are African American, with the rest a mix of other races, including Hispanics, whites and international students. Among its most famous graduates was the late Congresswoman Barbara Jordan, who chose Texas Southern after racial segregation prevented her from attending the University of Texas at Austin. Cornyn's first visit to TSU's campus was in February 2016. Then, he toured TSU's Aviation and Engineering program, its Pharmacy Simulation Lab and the Thurgood Marshall School of Law, where he met with faculty and students. "This is my first time here, but it is long overdue," he said, according to a university publication from the time. Cornyn's invitation to speak at commencement was reportedly extended in part because of his help in securing federal funding for historically black colleges. In February, Cornyn praised Trump for signing an executive order to prioritize federal support for historically black colleges and universities, HBCUs. For generations these institutions have provided Texas students with high-quality education and a great sense of community and history, he said. "The president's commitment today is significant, and I hope even more Texans will be afforded the chance to become a part of these storied institutions across our state." Trevino said she understood that, and that there was no intention to disrupt his speech or create an ugly scene. "In no way would we do anything violent," she said. "That's the farthest from what we are." The protesters' plan, she said, was to stand up silently and face away when Cornyn spoke. "No shouts, no boos. Just a silent and peaceful form of protest," she said. Texas Southern University said Friday that it has cancelled its commencement speech by John Cornyn, the U.S. Senator who represents the public university. The decision comes amid outcry on the Houston campus over the Republican senator's support for the Trump administration. Cornyn had been set to speak at the historically black university on Saturday. The university said in a statement that it has asked Cornyn to instead visit with our students again at a future date in order to keep the focus on graduates and their families. "We, along with Senator Cornyn, agree that the primary focus of commencement should be a celebration of academic achievement," the statement said. Two Democratic members of Congress who had also been scheduled to speak, U.S. Reps. Al Green and Sheila Jackson Lee, both of Houston, will remain part of the program. When asked for comment, a Cornyn spokesperson responded with an emailed statement. Senator Cornyn was honored to be invited to address TSU's graduates, but he respects the administration's decision and looks forward to continuing to engage with the university in the future. The university's statement didn't specifically give a reason for the cancellation, but Cornyn's planned appearance had been generating pushback. A petition on change.org had generated 846 signatures. The petition said, "Having a politician such as him speak at our institution is an insult to the students, to TSU, and to all historically black colleges and universities." The petition cited Cornyn's votes to confirm two of President Donald Trump's cabinet appointees, Attorney General Jeff Sessions and Education Secretary Betsy DeVos. It also raised complaints about Cornyn's support for voter ID laws and efforts to block funding for sanctuary cities. "This is our graduation. We have the right to decide if we want to refuse to sit and listen to the words of a politician who chooses to use his political power in ways that continually harm marginalized and oppressed people," the petition said. The university didn't specifically comment on those concerns. When asked whether the decision was in response to student opposition, a university spokesman responded that it was done to ensure that our students and families enjoyed their special day. "Commencement exercises are special moments for our students, their families and the entire university," the university statement said. "Every consideration is made to ensure that our students' graduation day is a celebratory occasion and one they will remember positively for years to come." Texas Southern's decision is the latest case of a conservative speaker drawing protest at a university, drawing questions about role-free speech and political dialogue on campuses. On Thursday, DeVos was booed at a commencement speech at Bethune-Cookman University in Florida. and a pair of planned speeches by conservative provocateurs have been cancelled at the University of California, Berkeley in recent months.